I was born and raised in the 80s. And in the 80s, the two biggest singers were Prince and Michael Jackson. I remember as a kid, we would have this debate about who's the greatest between Prince and Michael Jackson. Because they were so similar. The way they would dress, the way they would talk. They were so secretive about their sexuality. Sometimes they would act gay, sometimes they would act straight. So nobody really knew what their true sexuality was. I don't think anybody really cared because their music was so great, it spoke for itself. I would always choose Prince because I think Prince has overall more talent than Michael Jackson. Prince plays 20 different instruments. He writes all his own music. And that's why I give Prince the edge over Michael Jackson. Now, I think most people in general are going to choose Michael Jackson. The media always gave Michael Jackson more praise, and Michael Jackson may have sold more records. But I don't think record sales should determine who's the greater artist. Because there's a lot of great singers throughout history that have sold a lot of records that are not that great of an artist. You look at Britney Spears, for example. Britney Spears has sold, 100 million records? And she really can't sing worth a damn. She can't dance worth a damn. She has no talent whatsoever. She's one of these singers that just uses her sex appeal in order to sell records. The same thing with a lot of these bubblegum pop singers over the last 10 years. So I don't think record sales should determine who's the greater artist. The reason why I give Prince the edge is because 90% of Prince's songs, he wrote and produced his own songs. Michael Jackson may be a great singer, he may be a great dancer, but he didn't write most of his songs. Quincy Jones wrote most of Michael Jackson's great songs. And also Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis also wrote a lot of his songs. And that's why I really don't give Michael Jackson the edge over Prince. Now, a lot of singers have their songs written from other people. I'm not knocking Michael Jackson for that. Whitney Houston had most of her songs written from other people. A lot of great singers had most of their songs written from other people. But that's what makes Prince so unique. That's what makes Prince so rare. Prince is one of the only singers in history to write and produce his own music. The only other two artists I can think of that wrote and produced all their songs throughout their entire career is Joni Mitchell and Bob Dylan. There's not too many singers throughout history that have written and produced their own music. That's why I always thought about Joni Mitchell. She was a genius artist because she would write and produce all her songs. Same thing with Bob Dylan. They may not be great performers like Prince and Michael Jackson, but as far as creating and writing a song, Joni Mitchell and Bob Dylan were two of the greatest. And I'm going to put Prince right up there with them because he was one of the few artists throughout history to write and produce his own music. And this is why I give Prince the edge over Michael Jackson. I'm not taking anything away from Michael Jackson. I think Michael Jackson is one of the greatest singers in history. He's one of the greatest performers in history. But as far as overall talent, overall raw talent, I'm going to give Prince the edge over Michael Jackson. Another thing that's similar about Prince and Michael Jackson, they were both born in 1958. They were both born the same year. Madonna was also born in 1958. So there's a lot of similarities between these 1980s superstars. But a lot of people have different opinions about this topic. Both of these men have passed away. God rest their souls. Leave a comment, rate, and subscribe.